DreAllDay.com.
A lot of the players these days coming up, they just don't get it. Like, people ask me all the time, like when they watch me on YouTube, or people who saw me play, or they seen my development over the years, from back when I was a teenager, even to my college years, or even early in my pro career, they say, who taught you? Like, how'd you learn all those drills? Who showed you the footwork? How'd you learn to shoot? Where you get all your ball handling drills from, or how you be coming up with those moves? Like, nobody taught me how to play basketball. I taught myself. My dad didn't play basketball. I don't have any brothers. There wasn't nobody in my neighborhood who like took me under their wing, like, yo, I see you got some potential. Because when I was young, I wouldn't be considered someone who had potential. I was just another kid in the neighborhood who was average, just like everybody else. But the thing is, the difference, what I did, actually, let me go back. What I did was I locked myself on the court. I said, I'm gonna go to the court every day, or to the gym, or whatever it is you got. And I said, I'm gonna keep practicing until I figure the shit out. And I didn't give myself any other option. The problem that a lot of people have now, that they are not able to develop their games, is not that they don't know what to do or how to do it. A lot of players who contact me these days, I get emails from players every single day asking for advice and tips on developing their games. Everybody knows what to do. Back when I was coming up, there was no YouTube. When I wanted to get better at basketball, I already knew what the formula was. The formula is get on the basketball court with your basketball and keep practicing the skills that you wish to develop. You keep practicing them until you get it right. And that's all I could do. There was no YouTube. I never purchased a training program. I never in my life had a basketball trainer. No DVDs, no VHS tapes, none of that. All I had to go off of was my own want to make it happen, and I didn't give myself any other choice. I said, I'm gonna come to the court every day, and I'm gonna keep working on my game until I get better. And there was no other option. The thing with a lot of young players coming up now, the main issue that they have is they give themselves an out clause. It's basically like, I'm gonna work hard until I get cut from the team, or until one of my friends laughs at me, or until my parents are not supporting my dreams. And then at that point, I'm going to start whining and bitching and complaining, and everything other than me is going to be the excuse for my lack of performance. I didn't give myself that. My parents I wouldn't say they were non-supportive, they were indifferent. I hadn't did anything in basketball. I hadn't accomplished anything that told people, yo, like, pay attention to this kid, he's going somewhere. I hadn't accomplished anything. They didn't tell me I couldn't play basketball, but they were indifferent to it because I didn't show any promise that made anybody want to pay attention. So I wasn't mad at them. Did my friends laugh at me? Maybe. When I got cut from the team, yeah, people laughed, of course. If I got scored on, or had a bad game, or somebody dunk on you or cross you over, that's just what's gonna happen. But if you let what somebody else says about you, as far as players talking about my friends laugh at me or something like that, like, if you are that mentally weak, then this game is not for you. That's just the reality of it. If you're that mentally weak that somebody laughing at you makes you, run home crying, or you got to run to the internet and tell somebody to tell you what to do, then you just don't have the mental fortitude to be playing this game. This game is not the game you should be playing. You need to go find something to do where is not as competitive. Basketball is a very competitive arena because everybody wants to play basketball, especially young people. There, so many people want to make it and somehow, some way, make money, make a living in basketball, because basketball is a game. Who doesn't want to make a living from playing the game? Everybody does. So there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of other people who want to do the same thing that you're doing. You're going to have to go over, around, and through them to get to where you want to get, because everybody can't make it. There's a finite amount of positions in this job market for basketball players. So if somebody talking trash to you or laughing at you or whatever, anything that's psychological that's really your problem, is not them, it's you. If that's your problem, then you really need to take a long, hard look at if you really want to make it as a basketball player, if you have the, like I said, the mental toughness to make it there. Because you can't go run into a coach or a YouTube video or a trainer or anybody else every single time something gets said to you and you start to question yourself. Because if that's happening to you, people are going to do that to you your entire life. No matter what you accomplish, And the paradoxical thing is, the more you accomplish, the more you're going to hear people talking shit about you. That's the funny thing. See, people think that they get shit talked about them because they haven't achieved anything. The funny part is, the more you achieve, the more people are going to be talking shit to you, because the higher you go, the more people you leaving behind. And the people you leave behind, that makes them look at themselves. When they see you coming up, they look at themselves like, okay, well, what's wrong with me that he made it and I didn't? So then they got to come up with something that rationalizes it in their mind, makes them feel better about themselves. Thusly, they talk shit about you. For example, you look at the chick Kim Kardashian, right? Has she actually done anything negative to the world in general? Has she broken any laws? Did she commit any crimes? Did she kill anybody? Did she rape a child? No, she hasn't done anything wrong. She became famous. A lot of people like to say she's famous for doing nothing, or she's famous and she has no talent. I don't understand, and people say that as if they say it derisively, as if that means there's something wrong with her. I look at it like I congratulate. Like, you able to become famous and make a business, make a brand out of yourself without doing any actual one thing that people can touch. There's nothing tangible that they do, but they became famous and made millions of dollars. I say that's something to be commended. But a lot of people, especially women, how many women do you know, they talk about Kim Kardashian as like, oh, she's a hoe, or she has no talent? And what I think when I hear people say that, I'm like, all right, well, what exactly has she done to you that you need to talk negatively about her? And that just draws back to my point, is what I'm saying. At the higher level you accomplish, the more people you're going to have talking shit about you. You're going to have people who don't even know you, people whom you don't even know exist, talking shit about you the higher that you go. And when you get to that level, that's when you know you're actually achieving something. Because when only people are talking shit about you is the people you know personally, you haven't really done that much. And if that's bothering you, you probably won't go far. You had to learn how to shut that shit out. And it's not a YouTube video you need to watch about it. It's all in your mind. You can watch a video, but you have to internalize the stuff that you hear. It's not about memorizing it. It's not about somebody else doing it for you. You read a book, read the mental handbook, read the Mirror of Motivation, watch my weekly motivation videos, but you have to internalize this stuff. That means not just watch it one time and leave a comment and say this video is great and tweet about it. I don't give a fuck about that shit. You need to internalize what you're hearing and make it part of your character, part of your personality, part of the way that you think subconsciously, which means it's already in your brain. You don't even have to tell yourself to think about it, because you're already thinking about it. It becomes a habit. It becomes part of your character. That's what I mean when I say that. So back to the point of this, what I was talking about in this video, is that I told myself I didn't have any other choice but to make it as a basketball player. I didn't have any other choice. There was nothing else. It wasn't like I was facing poverty or that I couldn't eat, but every human being needs a reason to get up in the morning. So just wake up, go to school, have friends, hang out. There was nothing to push for. There was no ambition behind any of that. My ambition was behind making it as a basketball player, and then you move on to other things, whatever you decide to do with your life. But you had to have some type of ambition. My ambition was, I'm going to make it as a basketball player. I don't need anybody's help. You already know the formula. So all you players out there asking, can you give me some advice on how to get better? You already know what you need to do to get better. You need to get on the court with your basketball, and you need to put the work in. Everybody knows that. That's not news. Nobody listening to this video right now is hearing anything new right now. This is not news. The reason that I'm saying is because a lot of players come to me, they're asking me questions, how can they get better, as if they don't already know the answer to the question. They already know the answer. But people want to hear they want to hear more complex answers. They want to see more drills. They want to watch and follow more bullshit from some of these people you see on the internet these days. How many people out there putting out basketball videos on YouTube nowadays, and on Instagram and all this? Everybody's doing it. A lot of people doing it have never lived the life of a professional player, but they're telling you how to do it, which makes no sense to me, but that's a whole other conversation. You, young player trying to get better, you already know what you need to do. You need to stop looking for more information on the internet, because all that's doing is making you think more and talk more and waste time, basically. Stop asking people to tell you more things. Like, oh, I know you did. Somebody came to me the other day, said, yo, can you show me how to do a one dribble pull-up? And I said, I got 500 of those out. He said, I know, but I want to see like a newer video. And I'm like, well, what is it? Are you looking for entertainment, or are you looking for game? My channel is not about, when I put out video on the internet, I'm all about educating, inspiring, and teaching people. That's what I do. I want to give people information that's actionable. That means I'm gonna give you some information and you can take it and you can use that information to do something for yourself. That's my goal. I'm not really about the entertainment. There are some people who do put out content. They write, they make videos or whatever for entertainment purpose. They want to entertain you. They want you to watch it and you feel good because you just watched that and you laughed, or whatever it is that gets you going. You leave a comment, you talk about it, you become fans of that person. I don't make my content with the purpose of entertaining you. If you happen to be entertained in the process, that's fine. But my purpose is to educate. I want people to take the things that they hear and see and read from me and be able to use it on their own without me to make themselves better. Whether that be your game, whether that be your life, whether that be your mental philosophies, the way you walk, talk, the way you read, the way you write. That's my purpose when I put this stuff out. And when I say inspire, again, that's about internalizing. That means you take a thought or an idea. It doesn't make you go work out hard for 2 hours right after the video. It means you take it and you take that, you change your philosophy mentally, that you change the way that you're living your life every day. See, motivation wears off. That's why I put out a weekly motivation, because one motivation video is not going to take you through the rest of your life. Eventually you're going to get tired of the message. It's not even going to hit you the same way anymore. Inspiration is what gets you going, that ambition. If you really got something that you want to achieve in your life, you got ambition for it, you don't need to hear a message about it every single day because it's within you. It's internalized. So that's what I mean by internalized. And as usual, I'm going off into a whole bunch of different topics when I get on talking to this stuff, but I have a lot of things that I think are useful to people to share if people would just take the information and apply it. A lot of people don't apply information these days because they're taking in so much. They're going to watch this video and that video, read this book. Oh, this guy said this and that guy said that. All I can give you is what I know. So when you watch my content and you read the stuff that I write, I'm speaking on things that I know about. When I talk about basketball, how to make it in basketball, how to start a professional career, I'm not talking about what my man did or what one of my clients did or my brother or my cousin or some dude I played with at the rec last week. I'm talking about what I did. I'm talking about things that I personally experienced. So when I put that content out, it's coming from a position of someone who's actually lived the stuff he's talking about. On the internet these days, with so many people putting out content, you have a lot of people putting out content telling you how you can make it as a basketball player when they themselves never made it as a basketball player. I don't understand what part of the game that is. And it doesn't mean that they can't put out videos. You want to put out videos talking about how you develop your game and you want to do some ball handling drills, that's cool. But respect the position that you're in and respect the position of people who've done things that you haven't done. You shouldn't be talking about it if you haven't lived it. Talk about what you've done. It's kind of like in rap music, right? How a rapper will come out and they're talking about drugs and guns, and then you know that they never did any of that stuff. Like, why are you talking about it? If that's not what you did, talk about your life. You went to school, you got an education, you got a degree. Talk about your degree. Talk about business. Talk about the things that you've lived. And again, that's a whole other video for a whole other topic. I'm gonna stop this one right here, but this is just letting you all know my philosophy behind things, where it comes from, and what I want people to get out of it. DreAllDay.com. Work on your game. Thanks for checking out this video. Make sure you check back next week, the same day, to catch more tutorial content. Check out all my favorite content up here. All my social networks, you can follow me over here. Make sure you are subscribed to catch all my new content coming out here on this channel every single day. Work on your game.